back to Popping the Popcorn. I'm your host, Katie, and today I'm reviewing my favorite movie of all time, GoodFellas. In spite of last week, rest in peace, Ray Liotta. He was a great actor, and this is one of my favorite movies that he was in. It was directed by Martin Scorsese, and it stars Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and a couple other famous people. Um, so this movie is about Harry, who is Harry Hill, who is Ray Liotta's character, and he's a young man who grows up in the mob and works very hard to advance himself through the ranks. He enjoys his life of money and luxuries, but it's obvious to the horror that he causes a drug addict, and a few mistakes ultimately reveals his climb to the top. It's also based on a book by Nicholas Pileggi, and so basically, this movie is about his life, and the movie starts out as him as a young kid, and his father is abusive, and so he doesn't go to school, and he kind of learns the mobster. He works for Paulie, and he begins his life as like doing like cabs, like parking people's cars and stuff like that. Then he goes up the ranks and starts getting the money and the people and stuff like that. And Joe Pesci is like his partner in this movie, kind of, and Robert De Niro is kind of like the one pulling the strings a little bit in this movie besides Polly, and they kind of work close together. This movie is so well made. Martin Scorsese is one of my favorite film directors. And this is just a good old-fashioned mobster movie. And what I like about it is that this movie you can watch it anytime. It's a very high-grossing movie. And it's just a cult classic. Everybody loves this movie. And there's like a lot of different things, and this movie kind of set up most mobster movies back then besides The Godfather. The Godfather is really good. I highly recommend you check out The Godfather as well. I have some fun facts for you guys as well. According to Ray Liotta, Scorsese was so involved in the wardrobe of each character that he personally tied Ray Liotta's tie for him just to make sure it jived with the film's setting. That's really cool. You wouldn't think that most directors would be so involved in like the dressings and stuff like that. Real life gangster Henry Hill, whose story is inspired by Wise Guy. That's the guy that wrote the book. That inspired him in the film, and said that Joe Pesci performance was 9.99 accurate portrayal of Tommy. And so this movie is basically sorry about that. So this we took a little break. No, I just hit the wrong button. So this movie is basically about Henry Hill's life and his life in the mobster scene. And a lot of people didn't know that this is actually a book as well. The initiate him into the world of mafia films. De Niro put a fake hose and head in Ray Liotta's trailer. That's funny. I guess to mess with him a little bit. As a gesture of a reference to The Godfather. That's interesting to mess with him. There are 321 incidents of the F word in this movie. And That's about averaging about 2.4 per minute, and about half of them were Joe Pesci, who said most of those curse words, the F words. That's interesting, but this movie does have a lot of cursing, so it's not recommended for kids. I think it's rated R. I think it was in the 90s, so it was probably rated R back then as well as it would be today. Joe Pesci was younger. He told a mobster that he was funny. The ensuring angry was not forgetting and ended up inspiring Joe Pesci to ask Scorsese to include it in the scene. So there's a scene where Ray Liotta and Joe Pesci are in the bar or the club, and there's a scene where he's telling a story, and Ray Liotta goes, "You funny guy," and he starts getting agitated and getting kind of mad, and it's just a funny scene. I even laugh at it sometimes. Um, Al Pacino was offered the role of Jimmy Calloway. He turned it down to avoid upcasting and ironically accepted a role for Big Boy Capone, a gangster, and Dick Tracy. Huh, that's interesting. These two movies kind of were together, Dick Tracy and that, and Al Pacino did play in The Godfather as well. Um, Why don't you go F yourself was the only line scripted for the scene where Tommy kills Spider. I guess they ad-libbed a lot in this movie, which is really interesting. Um, and this movie is a really good movie. It's a really good mobster movie. I give it a 10 out of 10. It's one of my favorite mobster movies of all time. If you guys like these type of videos, like what's my favorite movies in each genre, I could do something like that. Or if you guys want, let me know if you want me to review more mobster movies. And hit that bell so you know when I have more videos uploaded. And hit that notification bell. Hit that thumbs up because that helps my channel out a lot. And I hope everybody has a great week. Talk to you later. Bye.